Over the past decade, as you have seen, Kentucky has improved faster than any state in the nation on a lot of different higher education performance measures. I think page 14 of the report says it's best. Good policy and practice pay off. That is the real cause for celebration today. In noting the tremendous progress by Kentucky's higher education system on key measures of performance, we must acknowledge both the extraordinary vision of the Kentucky Postsecondary Education Improvement Act and the hard work required to put that vision into practice. In this room, we've assembled today many of the architects of that 1997 plan, most notably former Governor Paul Patton. And I'd like for us to give him a round of applause for his vision. Governor Patton developed this vision. He developed this plan that set forth a strategy to put the Commonwealth on the path to increased educational attainment and economic prosperity. There are also in this room many of the leaders from CPE and our colleges and universities who have done the hard work for more than a dozen years to implement that bold new strategy. And I'd like all of the presidents of our universities, public and private, and those representing them and CPE to stand up, and let's give them a round of applause for these accomplishments. Obviously, today, we see the black and white numbers and look at them and see the progress that we have made. Everybody here should take a bow because you've all earned it. But we shouldn't take this progress or the vision or hard work that inspired it for granted. What happened in 1997 was a very significant and at that time controversial event. This legislation was an ambitious declaration designed to reshape the purpose of Kentucky's 2 public research universities, our regional universities, and the 16 colleges comprising the new Kentucky Community and Technical College system. By seeking to increase degree production, commercialize research, and become more responsive to workforce and workplace needs, Kentucky boldly set out to raise its standard of living and quality of life to at least the national average by the year 2020. It is even more impressive that in the intervening years, Kentucky's leaders have remained committed to this bold vision for educational improvement. We have stayed true to the original purpose, and we've followed up with other changes. Changes such as transferring leadership of Kentucky adult education to the Council on Postsecondary Education. Changes such as Senate Bill 1, a bipartisan effort in 2009 to revise K-12 standards and assessments and ensure that they are aligned with post-secondary expectations. Changes such as the House bill that was passed with bipartisan support, championed by Representative Carl Rollins and others, that made it much easier to transfer credits from our community and technical college system into our 4-year colleges and universities. Even in this challenging fiscal environment, we have kept an unwavering commitment to our reform agenda. As governor, I've worked aggressively to ensure that our public college and university budgets have remained whole and have remained viable. I've also worked with CPE officials to hold down tuition, to keep college affordable for Kentucky students and their families. And I've done so with the understanding that these investments in higher education are an investment not only in our students, but also in our economy and in our future economic competitiveness. We must always remember the purpose of the Higher Education Reform Act and the goals that motivated Governor Patton and others. It wasn't only education for education's sake. It was also because education is linked to economic competitiveness and subsequently to a higher quality of life for all Kentuckians. Better educated people earn more. That's the bottom line. You'll see in the report that gains in per capita income have not yet matched the gains that we've made in educational attainment. Historically, that's to be expected, especially given the current economic climate. But it shows us that now is not the time to declare victory and go home. Now is the time to focus more of our collective attention on strengthening the relationship between Kentucky's post-secondary education success and its workforce and economic development agenda. In the coming decade, Kentucky must work harder to attract more knowledge-based industries into the state and spur business development from within. We must continue to support university research and the transformation of scientific discoveries and breakthroughs into highly skilled jobs. And we must act more aggressively to show investors and entrepreneurs that Kentucky is well on its way to producing an adult workforce with an education level at or above the national average. From now until 2020, we will redouble our efforts to achieve the overarching goal of reform, to increase our standard of living and our quality of life. Today, this study gives us the confidence that we can do just that. Congratulations and thank you.